102 hours into the shadow invasion, military helicopters patrol a burning, devastated cityscape. Inside a chopper, a map highlights their destination as they receive a distress signal with precise coordinates. HQ directs Cat-5 to rescue two targets, one male and one female. Amidst the chaos, Cat-5 seeks confirmation of the distress signal originated from Unit BY-183, flying low over the ruins. Two figures stand firm as a massive object rapidly approaches from above. The dark-haired man and a blue-haired woman brace themselves on the rooftop. The blue-haired woman leans into the arriving helicopter, demanding, "Who the hell are you?" The pilot, surprised, mutters he assumed the male and female targets were different people. The man coolly asks if the pilot expected Okamoto Takuto and Kumoto Akina, shocking his companion. Now inside the chopper, the man begins to explain his connection to those two. He reveals they were on a refugee mission with him and gave him the radio. The military helicopter ascends, leaving the ruined cityscape behind. The pilot grimly remarks, "Not a single piece of good news since yesterday." As the pilot explains their next drop-off, the rescued man urgently asks their destination. The pilot, seeing the blue-haired woman on well, decides to share their destination. As the pilot explains Chaos City is a war zone against shadows, the man internally confirms this matches his own intel. He urgently grabs the pilot, pleading, "If you're going to Chaos City, could you take me with you?" The pilot retorts to Chaos City, where reinforcements, there's almost no chance of making it back alive. Looking grave, the pilot questions the man's understanding and asks for his reason. The blue-haired woman interjects, "I have important friends in Chaos City," assuring she can handle herself. The pilot concedes, "Alright then," acknowledging her strength for surviving so long as their choppers fly on. She then turns to the now resting dark-haired man, questioning if his important friends are worth his life. Leaning in with a sly smile, the blue-haired woman teases, "Could it be a girl, perhaps?" He confirms one friend in Coyote City is a woman, while she wistfully wishes for such bonds. Inside the chopper, the blue-haired woman yawns, finding the propeller's drone soporific. With a playful smile, she asks to lean on his shoulder, and he quietly consents. The dark-haired man closes his eyes, attempting to rest amidst the tense journey. His eyes snap open wide, a sudden alertness replacing his brief moment of calm. The pilot urgently announces their arrival at the drop point, shouting they're under immediate enemy fire. The blue-haired woman, now alarmed, calls out to Kawaki Shizuya, "What's wrong?" Shizuya stares intently ahead, sweat trickling down his face, sensing the dire situation. Below them, a city is engulfed in fiery explosions and chaos, a true war zone unfolding. On the ground, tanks and soldiers engage in a fierce firefight, desperately holding their position. Suddenly, a massive, intricate blue magic circle materializes beneath the embattled military forces. Blue energy erupts from the magic circle, engulfing the soldiers and tanks in an electrifying surge. From the glowing glyph, a monstrous, armored behemoth with menacing claws takes a powerful stance. Military forces retaliate, launching a volley of missiles towards the newly summoned creature. An immense explosion tears through the cityscape as the missiles find their mark or detonate nearby. A sleek, dark-winged entity streaks past a helicopter, a chilling target elimination confirmed message appearing. This winged attacker dives, striking another chopper below, as a desperate call for backup echoes from the doomed aircraft. On a tactical display, multiple friendly signals vanish instantly, while a colossal armored hand descends upon a smaller winged shadow. The massive, shadowy hand ruthlessly crushes the smaller creature in its grip. Blue energy crackles around the enormous clenched fist, signifying immense power. Soldiers on a rooftop gaze up in horror as the titanic, shadowy figure looms over the city. Shizue reveals the secret reason for heading to Kaio City, dwarfed by the colossal shadow. He admits this hidden motive remains untold as choppers evade fiery projectiles. If this world mirrors the game, Shizue knows the primary target for Azure Land players. He grimaces, identifying the room tower in this high-ranked battlefield. The imposing tower is revealed as a C-zone, a critical game location. Amidst citywide explosions, a soldier boasts of their modern warfare arsenal. The pilot, visor-stained, cries out that their weapons are ineffective against these monsters. A terrifying white-winged shadow beast soars through the chaotic burning sky. The pilot panics as fire control radar fails. Shizuya suspects a barrier, suggesting manual aim. Shizue observes the enemy's tactics, realizing they seem to anticipate every military move. Shizue recalls a game mechanic he mastered, watching winged shadows fly outside. He abruptly turns, calling out to the startled blue-haired woman, Kokone Ichio. Grabbing her arm, Shizuya urgently asks if she can whistle, stating there's no time to explain. Kokone, bewildered, confirms she can, questioning his sudden, strange demand. Without warning, Shizuya shoves a shocked Kokone out of the open helicopter door. Kokone screams, plummeting towards the chaotic city below. Shizue stands resolutely at the chopper's edge, watching her fall. A magnificent armored dragon with glowing blue circuits materializes beside the helicopter. Shizuya leaps from the aircraft, an immense, high-tech sword forming on his back. He lands expertly onto the dragon's back, blue energy surging as they prepare for action. The stunned pilots watch Shizuya at the chopper's edge, uttering, "Why yo, Shizuyu?" A small shadow familiar by his side, urgently tells the pilots, "Run quickly." With newly manifested energy wings, Shizuyu leaps into the moonlit sky, sword in hand. A brave flag skill activates, buffing allies as his dragon navigates enemy fire. His dragon unleashes a devastating energy beam, A powerful attack-activated notification appearing, Shizuya, amidst the aerial chaos, realizes he must reach the ground to turn the battle. Suddenly, an unseen attack violently strikes Shizuya, his eyes wide with shock. The force of the blow sends him hurtling from his dragon, a streak of energy trailing him. Plumbing, Sasuya finds himself surrounded by a menacing swarm of dark dragons, exclaiming, "This is bad." The terrifying flock of shadowy dragons closes in on the falling Sasuya. Shizuya grits his teeth, caught in a powerful unseen grip amidst the dragon swarm. One of the shadowy dragons lunges, its sharp claws in menacing form filling the frame. He tumbles through the air, shards of dark energy exploding around him from the dragon's assault. Mid-fall, Shizuya snatches the dragon's armored limb, shouting, "Gotcha!" Suddenly, Kokone Ichiyo swoops in, catching him, declaring she returned to save him. Kokone explained she understood his unspoken plan when he asked her to whistle. Her blue hair whips around as a menacing dragon silhouette looms above them. They land on a massive, silver dragon, Sasuya stating this new ally will aid them. Kokone lets out a startled cry as Sasuya holds her steady on the rapidly moving beast. She questions the silver dragon's sudden unresponsiveness, noting it was listening to her just moments before. Shizuya explains, that's because it doesn't consider me an ally. A game panel reveals the creature is a griffin, instinctively aiding falling players due to its bond of wisdom. The silver griffin with Kokone and Shizuya aboard flies erratically through the city. Suddenly, the griffin smashes headfirst into the side of a tall skyscraper. Shizuya, bloodied, is thrown violently amidst the shattering glass and debris. The disoriented griffin tumbles downwards, away from the damaged building. Shizuya, protecting Kokone, raises his sword, muttering, "It can't be helped." As she cries, "Wait." Kokone urgently pleads with Shizuya, "Let me talk to it." She gently addresses the agitated griffin, "You're scared, aren't you? This person won't hurt you." Kokone calmly reassures the creature, "Be a good child now, land slowly, then let us down." Shizuya observes Kokone, realizing he's never seen anyone communicate with monsters like this. He reflects that in games, players just see monsters as experience points, not beings to interact with. Shizuya watches Kokone, admitting her ability to connect with creatures is something only an irregular like her could achieve. He muses that, in her own way, Kokone might be an even more unique existence than he is. The silver griffin, having fulfilled its duty, gently drops them into the water near the city. Bobbing in the water, Kokone cups her hands and shouts a heartfelt thank you to the departing griffin. As the griffin soars towards the full moon, Kokone calls out, "Take care." Kokone notices Sasuya's silence as they float, but he simply brushes off her concern. They finally reach the rocky shores of Kaio City, the ordeal of their journey behind them. At the small campfire, Kokone looks at Shizuya, pointedly asking, "What will you do now?" Shizuya, by the fire, confesses to Kokone, "To be honest, I didn't expect the situation to get this bad." He grimly surveys the distant, dark city, noting, "The shadows advances too fast. Koto district is already completely occupied." Kokone, her expression serious, asks Shizuya, "Where are your friends? Surely they aren't in Kodo district, are they?" Without a word, Shizuya rises, his back to Kako, a silent resolve in his posture. She grabs his arm, pleading, "Hey, you can't be serious about going," but he insists. "It's precisely because it's dangerous that I have to go." Kokone sighs, hands over forehead. "You seem so calm, but you're really stubborn at times like this." Shizuya turns a determined glint in his eyes. "I have a plan." Before Kokone interjects, "You're not going to say you'll go instead, are you?" With a confident smile, Kokone proposes, "It's logical, isn't it? Since the shadows don't attack me anyway, it might even be safer for me in Kodo district." Shizuya voices his concern, "But the trait of yours, we don't even know if it will work forever." Inches Kakome impatiently demands, "Enough already, hurry and describe your friends." Shizuya looks taken aback by her insistence while Kakome wears a knowing, almost smug smirk. Shizuya hesitates, a flicker of doubt crossing his face as Kakome presses him. He sighs, recalling their last offline meeting was about 2 years ago. As Kokone peers at his phone, Kokone teases Shizuya about the photo, noting his pose and a blushing friend beside him. She then focuses on a girl in the picture, remarking on her beauty and elegant aura. Shizuya reveals the girl as Hien Hitomi, cautioning Kokone not to misunderstand her. Kokone eagerly volunteers to find Hien, much to Shizuya's bemused skepticism. He quickly jots down details on his phone, warning Kokone again about her unique trait. Impatiently, Kokone shoves Shizuya aside, exclaiming, "Hey, move it, you are in the way," and dashes off. She turns back with a knowing smirk, covering her mouth as if holding a triumphant secret. Kokone then looks up with a bright smile as a winged creature soars towards the moon. Shizuya watches her depart, musing she adapted too fast, but her going is part of his plan. He leans by the fire, a steely resolve hardening his gaze. Looking over the dark city, Shizuya reaffirms he can't let Kokone get entangled in his dangerous path. The scene shifts to a modern city street, now a militarized zone under daylight. An army of dark knights on monstrous steeds charges, their banners heralding an invasion. These shadowy warriors, crackling with malevolent energy, surge through the urban landscape. A voice commands a tactical retreat, aiming to lure the enemy's cavalry and archers into a park. Soldier in combat gear yells orders, clutching a device amidst the chaos. Through a sniper's scope, a formidable, robed shadow entity is targeted in a wooded area. A hidden sniper takes careful aim as an ominous, glowing shadow creature stalks through the forest. A knight is blasted back by a sudden, powerful energy attack. Shizuya leaps into action, kicking down a shadow creature as another knight falls. He unloads his pistol, bullets riddling an armored shadow warrior. Standing over the fallen foe, a soldier approaches, asking, "We're saved." "What unit are you from?" Shizuya, reloading, coolly asks, "Where's the nearest command post? Is it the station?" His piercing blue eyes narrow as he processes the soldier's information. A map pinpoints Kaio Station amidst the sprawling real-world city. The map reveals Kaio Station is a strategic point just like INESCOR in the game. Shizuya stumbles, then quickly recovers, realizing the station is where he'll find humanity's main forces. He glances at his gloved hand, resolving to hide his unique nature from them for now. Soldiers in tactical gear unleash a hail of bullets from heavy machine guns. Shizuya enters a subway station, noting humanity's control means the train should be running. His gloved hand inadvertently trips a red laser security sensor. Shizuya looks up in alarm as multiple automated turrets activate on the ceiling. He leaps backward, narrowly dodging a barrage of fire from the activated turrets. Landing, Shizuya channels crackling blue energy, preparing to counter the relentless turret fire. A rapid mana skill activates as Shizuya unleashes a blinding blue energy blast. The powerful mana discharge completely obliterates the attacking turrets. Armed soldiers storm in, shouting intruder locked on, ready to fire at will. Shizuya quickly turns, hand raised, yelling, "Wait, wait, it's a human." As soldiers react in surprise, soldiers aim, questioning why he triggered the shadow exclusive alarm and his suspicious right hand. Shizuya is shocked, wondering how a shadow exclusive alarm exists for such new threats. He raises his hands, insisting, "It's a long story, but I'm definitely human." A soldiers shout, "Get back." Shizuya's sharp gaze meets a soldier's suspicious stare. Suddenly, skeletal shadow cavalry with glowing red eyes descend. Shizuya mutters, "This is bad." Ignoring his plea, the soldiers open fire, bullets streaking towards Shizuya. The terrifying shadow cavalry charges, overwhelming the human soldiers. Shizuya realizes this place won't hold out much longer. While the subway is still running, he leaps, sword materializing, aiming for a departing subway train below. Shizuya lands expertly on the roof of the speeding train, making a daring escape. Shizuya smashes his energized fist onto the train roof, creating a shockwave. The subway train barrels through the dark tunnel, carrying in its lone passenger. A military radar pings, a known signal rapidly approaching command post along the subway. Intercept. Blue lightning crackles around Shizuya as he rides the train towards the city lights. Soldiers at the next station spot him, one aiming a heavy weapon with a red targeting laser. A massive, glowing projectile rockets towards Shizuya on the speeding train. Shizuya, wreathed in blue energy, expertly deflects the incoming blast with his sword. He grits his teeth, feeling his power surge. This power, it surpasses even the shadows. Shizuya leaps off the train, a hail of enemy fire narrowly missing him. Clinging to a wall amidst the barrage, he thinks, "This is no good. If I don't break through, I can't talk things out." Shizuya, his gauntlet crackling, realizes escaping without casualties will be tough. Suddenly, an authoritative voice rings out, "Cease fire." As a man in a suit clasps his hands, Shizuya glances back, surprised, as soldiers on the stairs begin to lower their weapons. A phone displays a message, "An alarm system malfunction has been confirmed." A blond man in a sharp suit descends the stairs, confidently stating he's not a shadow. The man looks directly ahead, his blue eyes sharp, declaring he's an ally. Shizuya turns, his expression unreadable as he observes the newcomer. A thought bubble appears, questioning in shock. It's him.